Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. You got to turn it down.
Now
It just all of a sudden kicked in.
what the hell?
Turn it down to where everybody else is. I sound loud?
You always sounded
It's
loud
just
to
your
me.
headset. It's your headset where I'm adjusting. How about now?
Oh, yeah. That sounds good to me. How does it sound to you?
It's always sounded loud, and I'm fine with it.
So tell him not to add anything else when you ask him a question. Just answer the question.
Okay. It sounds fine since my headset is not being adjusted. It's yours. So to ask me the same damn question again.
This is going to be a great episode.
Yes, it will. Can I go? Can I go countdown?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, man.
1.
Time out.
What the fuck?
He gave me an eraser. Oh,
Press the pin. Press the button.
Right. Press the.
okay. I'm sorry.
Pin.
I'd never seen a pen like that. I thought that was for the screen.
You never seen a button like this on most pens? Oh my God. Good people. Good people.
Just checking on you guys to see if you're paying
Is that what it
attention.
is?
You gotta write shit anyway.
Yeah. You ain't writing a motherfucking thing with
Sure, I am.
graffiti tagging. 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable. All right. Introduce us, please. Thank you.
No, you got it.
No. Introduce us.
You see, now,
Let's get it. Let's see how it works. Let's go.
good evening, everybody.
How about the 1, 2, 3 so he knows where to start?
Okay.
I'm going to do like you.
I don't do that. Hey, man, how you going to expect me to focus and you doing this?
All right. Go ahead.
All right. 1, 2, 3. We never found out why LA police would not prosecute predators.
Well, I mean, pretty much they're saying the same thing. I mean, first of all, we're amateurs. Guys like us don't know anything about what it takes in order for you to properly set up a sting.
but that's
in order for you-
Texas. That's Texas.
Yeah, but
And I'm
Okay.
just curious about
Okay.
why
So,
LA
okay.
would. Are we to assume that LA feels the same way as the Texas DA?
what do you mean LA? I'm saying if you as an amateur, you fly over to LA and whatnot, what makes you even more gives you the credentials like I'm able to do it now that I'm in LA. I couldn't do it over there in Texas because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But since I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express overnight, when I got there, I'm just as good as doing for stings, for doing
a
stings to the
doctor.
police. I'm just saying.
I'm not a doctor, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I'm just saying.
Good evening, good people out there. This is CJ and Steve from the one and only The Good, The Bad, and The Game. Welcome aboard. We got a nice riveting show coming for you, and we want you to check out this film before we get started, or we'll come back to you.
What's your name?
Yo, what's good, y'all? So Vitaly might have just caught a Hollywood elite high-end producer. Guy produced, allegedly, the movie Space Jam and a lot of other movies, and he might have just caught him on catching a predator. So y'all know Vitaly's been doing these live streams where they set up predators. These predators think they're coming to link up with 14, 15-year-old, either boys or girls, and they essentially pull up with the cameras and they basically expose these people. So the stream was going good. He did the stream with Bradley Martin and Dioro. As they're pulling up on this first guy, they have the girl who's playing the part as a 15-year-old girl. They've been sending texts back and forth. He's been saying some nasty and weird things to this girl. They pull up on her. Bradley Martin plays the part as if that was his daughter. He's like, what are you doing here with my daughter? The guy starts acting weird. Another weird thing, they met up at a little pizza restaurant. If you know, you know. And basically started interrogating this guy. He walks off. He goes up into his apartment. Everything seemed to be like, okay, whatever it is, what it is. So Vitaly's chat was on some FBI stuff. And within about 5-10 minutes, people were talking about, you just caught the producer of Space Jam and this guy by the name of Herschel Wingrod, I believe his name is. So now if we look him up, this is the guy. Originally, they had already changed his Wikipedia. Basically on his Wikipedia, it said he made an appearance on Vitaly's Catch a Predator. It's since been deleted. I'm assuming people are talking about this guy's worth $120 million. And again, it's alleged this was the guy, right? We gotta say alleged because we don't really know, you feel me? Here he is in this interview with this ring on, and it looks like he's seen again with the same ring on. I don't know, y'all tell me, do these look like the same people? I'm just here to say this is allegedly who the person is. Anyways, people are talking about this guy's worth $120 million. We're gonna check out some of the clips. I can't show too much. I just had my other Vitaly Catch a Predator video get knocked off of YouTube. YouTube gave me a warning. They could have gave me a strike, so I appreciate them for that. I got mad love for YouTube. I rock with YouTube. I don't really believe it was against TOS, but they said it was against TOS. I don't want to sit here and say YouTube defends or protects predators. I don't really think that was the issue, and maybe it really was against TOS, but this video specifically will show it because we're not doing anything against TOS in this video, but I'm gonna show y'all kind of bits and pieces of what went down. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all some bits and pieces. I was streaming it with my homeboy Tony, so you'll have our reactions to it. And this was Bradley Martin pulling up on the guy in the first place.
Lila is her name?
Let's get it, Brad.
Tell Vitaly to come closer.
Don't be a dick. Lila, what are you doing? You know who this is? What's your name? What's your name? Oh. What's your name? Who are you? What's your name? Who are you? Why are you suing my daughter? What's your name? Boris, what's your name?
So y'all peep the ring. Anyways, can't show too much. Like I said, YouTube's been kind of strict with the TOS, but essentially they chop it up with him. He's talking about, I didn't know she was 15. And then they start exposing the text messages. And he's like, okay, well, I wasn't going to do anything. Basically, same old script that they come up with. Anyways, this dude walks off. They all end up going down the same street. You feel me? Randomly, they all had to go down the same street. This guy, some reason he, so yeah, this part, I believe, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think a bird pooped down this like bluish stuff and it hit his hair.
A bird.
I think that's what happened there. I personally, you feel me? I don't think I saw anybody do anything to him. But yeah, they follow him to his apartment. He goes inside, and that was basically the end of it until the social media FBI's came out with this dude's name, a legend that it was this guy, a elitist Hollywood producer, is what people were saying, net worth $120 million. So allegedly, this is who people are saying it is. I don't know. Notice how not a single mainstream news corporation has reported this yet. This should be a huge story. I think if it does come out that this is actually the guy, again, it's alleged. I have my feelings and my beliefs, but I can't sit here and tell y'all it actually is this guy. But yeah, if it is, crazy situation, especially for Vitaly, bro, like, and Bradley Martin. That's some stuff that it can get kind of dangerous if you mess with. If this really was the guy, I'm sure as soon as he got back to his apartment, he called up his lawyers. People were saying he's worth $120 million. 1996 Space Jam movie. He's done a lot of other movies. Let's see. I looked up this earlier and it showed a lot of movies, and now it's like not even showing very many movies. So he did Space Jam, he did Teen Titans. Ironic if this is the actual guy. Kindergarten Cops 2, Undocumented Executive, Space Jam. So he did both Space Jams. Lift, Pure Luck, Kindergarten Cop 1, Lifted Twins, My Stepmother is an Alien, Trading Places, Cheaper to Keep It. Bro, that's insane. So then there was another guy that they caught. This guy was pulling up to meet with a 14 and 15-year-old boy. They put some peanut butter on him. The dude tries to lick it off. On some weird stuff, they catch that guy too. Vitaly does a cannonball, breaks the desk. If you've seen the clip, you've seen it. It's insane. Can't show it. Hey, if you
can't show nothing really.
Peanut butter.
Hold up. Okay.
What you think?
This pedophile thing here that's going on. Yeah, can I see a little bit more? Can I just see a little bit more before I render an opinion on it?
Come on.
Process him in, but they're basically like Desk Sergeant has said, don't bring him in. There's nothing that the DA is going to do now. Just write it up, file it up, and that's all we can do now. LA is not going to prosecute pedophiles.
What?
So we got to just keep bringing a light to it because unfortunately, no fault of theirs.
Hold on a second.
Everything they can for us, but it's the DAs in California that are refusing to prosecute pedophiles.
This is
Police are doing everything they can, but the DA is not supporting them.
This is why no more fucking cops.
I'm bringing all the fucking tools in the world tomorrow. I'm bringing a chainsaw. I'm bringing a fucking pepper spray. I'm done, bro. I am done, bro. This is why when you guys spam L cops, I started calling the cops. And this is what happens, bro. This is absolutely mental, bro.
Process them in. But
Wow. That's crazy.
That's deep.
That's crazy. So the police officer there is saying that the DA is not prosecuting. He said, just write it up that it actually happened. And that's it. They're not going to prosecute any pedophiles. Why is that? Why is that? Is there anything that we can, is there anything in writing that says that, well, of course, there probably won't be anything in writing saying that we will not prosecute pedophiles. That's crazy.
I have a theory.
What's the theory?
Pedophiles are usually people with money.
No.
More so than
No, that's not true.
That's just
I know it's just your opinion, but it's not true. You got pedophiles that have to register wherever they go. When they move to a new neighborhood or whatever, they have to register as a pedophile.
And how would that have anything to do with them not prosecuting any of them?
Well, we talking about L.A. right now, because I know in Maryland,
you know, in L.A.,
I know a couple of know a couple of cats.
Well, hold up.
You know,
you remember the Balenciaga story, right?
What?
All of the way they had all of those pictures with the kids and showing them in those demonic ways and really grown up stuff with kids, which was indicative of pedophilia. I think that money and pedophilia are synonymous. So
you saying a broke guy can't be a pedophile?
No, I'm just saying that the reason why LA police, back on topic, aren't fooling with them is because a lot of them are in high places.
Well,
it's just a theory, though.
I don't know if they're talking about. Well, I think what they're, and this is just my opinion, I think that they're saying to what you're meaning. You got a lot of money. They're not going to prosecute you. But if you move down there to LA and you decide that you want to be a pedophile, your ass getting prosecuted.
Oh, no question. I ain't got no money.
Believe that. Believe that.
No
You getting prosecuted, you're gonna have to be on the registry list and all that, to wherever you go, that you're gonna have to register as a pedophile. Now, some guys
just tell me your opinion.
Oh, I'm telling you my opinion. But to some guys that are actually on that list, some of them don't rightfully need to be on that list because they were young themselves. You know what I'm saying? He 18, she's 16, or he's 17, she's 15, and they wind up dealing with each other in a relationship, and then all of a sudden now he's past 18 and she's not, and he wind up getting on that list. Or a girl turning around and saying that she's older. Remember back in the day, chicks used to say that they was older,
but listen,
than what they were.
Let me say something to stay all the way on topic.
We are talking about
they showed you a dude, a producer,
for this instance, yeah,
who was middle age to old age, you know.
Okay.
And then they showed you a supposedly 15-year-old, 18-year-old, right? So, and then they go into why they're not prosecuting pedophiles. So in my mind, you think about it, in L.A., specifically to L.A., which is the land of stars, the city of angels, or what have you.
And pedophiles, of course.
And pedophiles, but you know that everybody in L.A. is either a star or wanting to be a star or is tied into stardom in some kind of way. And they showed you a guy who's worth 120 mil trying to set up something with a 15-year-old. So, and then they showed you the cop that says we're not prosecuting pedophiles.
They said write it up.
So now, if you put
And
it
and
all
file it.
together, if you put all that together, you come up with they have a in their minds a good reason not to explore the pedophilia on these high
High paid.
yeah these
That's what it
these
is. High paid.
individuals.
Or you're saying high influential.
Yeah, these highly influential people who make a lot of money, who can ruin a lot of lives, and probably go against the DA on many of the cases. Hey, I didn't do this, that, and the other, even though they got the text messages talking about how he's going to peel her head back and do all this other stuff, even though we don't know exactly what was said. So, they don't want to fool with that because it's a situation where
Okay.
they're gonna be shooting themselves in the foot because you can't really get those highly influential rich people in trouble.
I beg to differ. All right. I understand what you're saying. I beg to differ. I just look at this as they've gone to a certain point. All right. Because in this day and age right now, clearly they can get whoever they want to get. All right. If you can go in if you can go in ahead and get somebody in their 80s for some shit that they did in their 30s. It's just a matter of
You mean like Cosby?
I'm just saying I'm just saying that maybe that wasn't enough. Maybe that wasn't enough, and that's the reason why they didn't want to prosecute. Maybe. Could that be it? Let's see what this is saying right here.
DA refuses to prosecute catch a predator cases. Okay, is catch a predator cases or is it just
Which one you talking about down here in blue, or you talking about the
top? Texas District Attorney refuses to prosecute any of them.
in your mic, man?
Texas District Attorney refuses to prosecute any of the men caught by Dateline's NBC show To Catch a Predator, saying that many of the cases were tainted by the involvement of amateurs. And that, okay, now we got
Okay.
more information.
Right. Okay.
So,
And it says what's that saying in it?
A sting in which the police teamed up with Dateline NBC to catch a predator pedophiles was supposed to send a flinty-eyed Texas-style warning about the Dallas suburb, don't mess with Murphy. Instead, it has turned into a fiasco. One of the 25 men caught in the sting, a prosecutor from the neighboring county, committed suicide when the police came to arrest him. Oh, my God. Oh, now that changes things.
Well, what changes what?
Because, dude, they came to get an influential guy,
Okay.
and then he committed suicide. So
He couldn't take it.
So listen, look at this. It's going a little further. First for the show, NBC Hansen said Murphy is the only place the show has encountered such resistance. I don't want to get involved in the DA business or the police business, he said. I can tell you in other locations these issues did not come up. Eric Nichols, a Texas deputy attorney general, said that when law enforcement authorities pull an internet sex sting, officers posing as decoys follow strict rules. Detailed chat logs are kept to ensure that the sex talk is initiated by a potential predator. That way, a defendant cannot claim entrapment.
Okay.
Okay, so they're saying these people are amateurs, and they're not
Right.
they're not really qualified to do this.
Right. So he's saying like Eric Chase, right?
A
Eric Chase,
defense attorney specialized in sex crimes, said the stings are the job of the police, not TV crews. Police should not be abdicating a very important function to either private organizations or entertainment organizations, he said.
Okay.
Very good
There it is.
reason
Hey,
now.
that's
Now
some
we
good
know.
research. That's some good research, Ray. I appreciate that. So again, it does go back to maybe that is not enough, or they're doing things out of I know, I understand what they're doing. They're trying to catch a predator and whatnot, but they're just not doing it the legal way. It's almost like
exactly.
It's almost like on those TV shows, like on those cop TV shows, when you see the guy turn around and be like, "Yo, Captain, I got him. We could get this guy and whatnot. All we got to do is go over there and whatnot." He said, "That's not enough to prosecute. That's not enough."
Yeah.
You got to
Well,
give me some hard evidence. You know what I'm saying? And
It's
stuff like that. So
it's that, and also it's amateurs doing police work.
right.
So it's a combination of both.
Right. So, okay. So I understand now as to the reason why, granted, you trying to shed light on it and everything like that, but
That makes sense.
what-
But at the end of the day,
you're not going to lead to a prosecution, especially if you're not. They're trying to get an airtight case against a pedophile. A pedophile, because they already know that pedophile is going to have a bunch of lawyers that's going to come at you a certain way, and they're going to wind up getting off or whatever.
Yeah.
So I can understand that now. So, great. I see what he's trying to do. I see what they're doing.
how do you feel about it?
bringing to light to it. How do I feel about it? I'm all right with it. Tell you the truth.
No. How do you feel about the amateurs in the situation as opposed to the police? That's the biggest issue here.
Well, the reason that he's saying that they're amateurs is because they're
TV
going
crews.
to, like they said, it tainted. You're going to mess something up to where they're going to get off with a technicality, if I can just say that. A technicality is like, hey, yo.
So you're saying you prefer that the police do the work and then everything is copacetic?
As long as they can get an airtight case because they know what they're doing, they're professionals at this. You know what I'm saying? You and I could go in ahead and we could do it ourselves. Get online,
Lock
and
his ass up.
We could get online and just be like, yeah, I'm 7 years old. Sure, I'll be willing to meet you. Well, why not? What's your name? Harry. Okay, Harry. Yeah, I don't have a problem meeting you. Let's meet at the ice cream shop.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And then you turn around, you get out there, and you be like this. I got you, motherfucker. You thought you was meeting a 5-year-old and shit, huh? You little pedophile and all that. What does that do? What does that
makes
do?
him say,
That,
hey, man,
what does that do? Except for
did
spread.
you ever write a pedophile note before? Because you sound good at it. How you know I like ice cream?
How? I'm speechless. I don't know. I don't know if you're saying that about.
I'm just playing.
How do I know you like ice cream?
No, I'm pretending to be the kid that you just texted.
No, I'm the little kid texting. I'm not the one texting the little kid. I'm the little kid.
Either way,
look
you
at
said
that.
ice cream.
See, that's what they talking about when they say amateurs, right? I can tell you right now, we fuck it all up and whatnot because he's sitting over there talking about, hey, how you know I like ice cream? I'm the little kid. No, I'm the little kid. Now we arguing about who's gonna be the little kid.
the little kid?
You know.
Well, I'm definitely not gonna be the pedophile.
Well, I ain't gonna be the pedophile neither.
I don't know, man. You show some signs.
So you gonna call me a Roman now? You calling me a Roman?
No.
Yeah, we're about to go into war and whatnot. That's
I did not call you Caligula.
Ain't that something in the history? Romans when they was getting ready to go to war, they all
drink
had these
wine
big
and
old
get
parties and whatnot. And apparently they was like, "Yo, you ain't live life until you fuck a little boy." And these cats would do this shit before they go to war because they might not live through the war. I'm letting you know right now, there's some things I could leave this earth without doing, and that's fucking one of them. So I'm saying I don't understand. It's a lot of shit that I could leave this earth without doing, really. So why they come up with this stuff that they do, I don't know why a grown man would find pleasure in a child.
You heard about the popes, right? They used to do stuff thinking that it was.
I don't get
It wasn't a sin if you touched a little boy.
I don't. Well, because why?
I don't know. That was just something that the church sent back. Something that's when they was touching them boys. It seemed to have gone away nowadays.
You know what? It's the same way. I don't see. Where's that in the Bible? That
the Bible is man-made.
Yeah, but I'm saying even in the Bible, hold on. Even in the Bible, I don't see where it says, "Hey, you need to send this to 20 people so that you can be blessed." But somehow, motherfuckers send you shit. Do they still do that, or they don't do that no more?
I don't know, bro.
I remember I used to get that shit. Yo, This is going to happen to you.
I haven't
This is
gotten
for
that in a
you.
while.
You're going to be rich beyond compare, but you just got to send this to 20 people before, don't pass on it. And I was like this.
I think they do something like that
this.
because my mother thinks she's gonna be rich beyond repair right now.
What?
But we won't talk about that on this podcast.
I was about to say, I know you are not bringing up nothing for Ma Dukes, yo. You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here and whatnot. This is how I know we will fuck this shit up when it comes down to pedophiles. Because you would bring something in that we ain't supposed to be dealing with.
Hey man, that's why they got editing.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm just gonna let it be known right now. I'm sorry.
It's not gonna be on there. Ray will get this out of there.
Ray, you wouldn't have to get it out of there if you didn't mention it. All right. But anyway, I'm glad that we was able to kind of straighten that out a little bit because I didn't really know where we was going with the whole pedophile and why LA district attorneys did not want to prosecute.
I still have a question though, a quick question.
Okay. Well,
how did we get from LA police to Dallas police, and why the problem was in Dallas, but we never found out why LA police would not prosecute predators?
Well, I mean, pretty much they're saying the same thing. I mean, first of all, we're amateurs. Guys like us don't know anything about what it takes in order for you to properly set up a sting.
But that's Texas. That's Texas.
Yeah, but
and I'm just curious about why LA would. Are we to assume that LA feels the same way as the Texas DAs?
What do you mean LA? I'm saying if you as an amateur you fly over to LA and whatnot, what makes you even more? Gives you the credentials like I'm able to do it now that I'm in LA. I couldn't do it over there in Texas because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But since I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express overnight, when I got there, I'm just as good as doing stings. Doing stings in the police. I'm just saying.
I'm not a doctor, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I'm just saying, if you're not equipped, if you don't know all the ins and outs when it comes down to doing these stings, so that people can't get out of it when they get caught, whether you in Texas or whether you in New York or whether you in
it's the same.
Yeah, LA is the same.
Okay, gotcha.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna let that one ride.
He's a little reluctant. I could tell right now.
LA, home to the predators.
We already. Did that answer your question? Because I know we was getting ready to sign off.
It really don't, because LA is the place where the problems really occur and where this particular problem was manifested, and that's why I was bringing it up there. We circumvented to Texas somehow because of the...
No, we were trying to figure out, just because they have money, it's going to be even harder to...
We already got past that part, though, didn't we? We know that the money has everything to do with it.
Oh, right. So that means that because they have money, they have some pretty damn good lawyers that they pay for, right? So what I'm saying is that guys like you and me, or even these guys, they can bring attention to it, but they can't get nobody arrested, not by the way they're doing it.
Well, that goes back to police doing their job and TV crews doing their job. TV crews shouldn't be able to put people on the spot like that, first of all. If they run up on the wrong people, they get the behinds handed to them.
Let me ask you this. What part of that isn't entrapment?
All of it's entrapment.
Okay. Can a lawyer get him out of that if it's entrapment? Yeah.
Well, it's not entrapment if the cops did the joint.
Because the cops know what they're doing. That's the point that I'm trying to make that they said in Dallas, or they did in Texas. They're saying that you're amateurs. You don't know what it takes in order for you to actually convict a predator. Mm-hmm. So I understand now.
So they don't have predators in Dallas for them to practice on like they do in LA, right?
You know, sometimes it's hard. It's hard.
It just felt good to say that.
It's hard, people. It's hard.
Good to say that.
It's hard sometimes, people.
Anyway, are we doing another one today? Or you
Hold
you good?
on. Let's go on ahead. See, this is why this is the amateur part that we was talking about. Okay, all right. We're gonna go on ahead and end this episode.
Or did you want me to say that?
We're gonna end this episode, and if you have anything that you want to say when it comes down to what we discussed, clearly there's a difference in what we're saying. I'm not sure if we agree on some points, but we disagree on others.
One thing we agree about: we don't like predators.
Yeah, we don't like.
We don't like pedophiles, and
right.
Where it's a topic that definitely needs a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be one of our better topics.
And we're not professionals in order for us to think that we could just trap up a pedophile.
You know what we are
especially
professional
ones that have high-paying lawyers and stuff like that.
We are professional at common sense.
And since when you go into court with common sense? How's that worked out? Does that work out pretty good?
Well, that's
I didn't think common sense worked at all in a court of law.
It's that a lot of people in this country don't have common sense. And
well, now we're getting into another topic altogether. I mean, you got a lot of educated people that got degrees and whatnot, but they don't have the common sense that God gave the common dog. All right, so
yeah,
you can be educated but not smart. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know,
I haven't met a.
But that's a different topic altogether. All right. In other words, people, I'm letting you know I'm not smart enough to catch a pedophile.
I'm not either, and I don't know that if I want to.
I'm smart enough to fuck one up though.
Yeah, I would probably want to respond accordingly right away. You know.
So, anyway, if you guys have something that you want to say on this particular topic, and you want to kind of, jump in there, and just voice your opinion, just let us know. Just put it in the comments. Let us know if you agree with us, and stuff like that, and we can go from there. But either way you look at it, this is another
episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Game.
He's catching on.
Hey, well, I do want to say this. Stick with us because we're getting ready to come in with a lot of content. We're going to get a little busier here. We've been at it for a minute, like a year now. Mm-hmm. And now it's time for us to grow. It's time for us to talk to you guys. It's time for us to just take this to the next level. So stay tuned because we're going to start bringing it to you. And we want y'all to participate so that we can get some ideas and speak more to you. Thanks.
All right.